Hello students, I hope you all are fine. Today we will be starting a poem, and this poem's name is Once Upon a Time. This poem has been written by a renowned poet whose name is Gabriel Idomo Motimi Bangwing Kupala. A typical type of name it is, and he is a Nigerian writer. In this poem he has discussed why is title name, the poem's name is Once Upon a Time. It is because he is talking about his own time when he was a child, how the attitude of people were there, and today how the attitudes of the people has changed. He is talking to his son now, that you see the difference between the generation, difference of attitudes between the generation. So he has very naturally the things he has underlined in his poem. So first of all, the difficult word meanings we will be coming to know. Eyes block cold means indifferent or insensitive. If we are talking about that, means eyes block cold. Confirming means to act according to the prevailing standard. Means how I should act, I am acting in that way. That is called confirming. Muting means we say mute the sound of TV. That is called muting. To deaden the sound of. Deaden means to just at once whole of the sound is muted. It becomes zero. That is called to deaden the sound. Bare means empty and fan means the teeth of a venomous snake. So these are difficult word meanings, and the poem that I am going to talk you about. Once upon a time, son, they used to laugh with their hearts and laugh with their eyes, but now they only laugh with their teeth, while their eyes block cold eyes search behind my shadow. The father is saying to his son that once upon a time, means very early, at very some times ago, it is a long time ago he is talking about. They used to laugh with their hearts. People used to laugh with their hearts, but now they only laugh with their teeth. He is saying that now people are laughing, but they are not with their hearts, but with their teeth only they are laughing. While their eyes block cold eyes. Eyes block cold means insensitive, indifferent, means when we are talking by our heart, our eyes will show it that we are talking. But if we are not talking by heart, then eyes will not react in that way. That is what it is saying. Eyes block cold eyes. Insensitive eyes means search behind my shadow. Their eyes are somewhere here and there behind my shadow. It means they are not very truly talking anything, just as a formality. There was a time indeed, means it is very natural that there was a time they used to shake hands with their hearts. They used to shake hands when two people were meeting with one another. They used to shake the hands with their hearts. But that's gone, son. He is saying the father is saying to his son that time has been gone. Now that time is not there. Doesn't prevails. Now they shake hands without hearts. These days, people shake their hands but without hearts. Their hearts doesn't match with one another. Only hands are shaken. While their left hands search my empty pockets. While they are shaking their right hands and their left hands are just on my empty pockets, means although they are shaking their hands, but they are just finding what difficulty I have, what loose point I have. They point on that thing. Means they always are in the try to find an opportunity to pull one's leg, although they are shaking their hands. So their hearts, the people of today's, their hearts are, most of them, their hearts are not good. Feel at home, come again. When two people meet with one another, they say feel at home. That you have come to my house, you feel that you are at your own home. Feel at home. In our home also, when a guest comes, we say feel. You feel that you are in your home only. It's not my home, it is your home. So that is why he is saying feel at home. And we also say come again. They say, and when I come again and feel at home, and when truly I come again at that home, and if I want to feel that I am at home, once, twice, means one time or two time I am coming, there will be no thrice. Third time will not be there. Third time they will have some excuse that means any excuse they will find that I will not be in the situation to go at that house. For then I find doors shut on me. Third time if I want to go, I will find that the doors are shut down. So I have learned many things, son. He is saying that I have learned so many things, my son. I have learned to wear many faces. Now I know how to wear different types of faces, like dresses. So in that way, as people change their dresses, now the people used to change their faces. So I also have come to know how to change our face. Home face, office face, street face, host face, cocktail face, with all their confirming smiles. And their smiles is also there. Face is according to the situation, home face, office face and all that. And smiles also, if we are seeing, we will not feel that they are not laughing by heart. The confirming smiles means the smiles is according to situation only. The confirming smiles, like a fixed portrait smile. Portrait means like a statue. In that way they smile very nicely. And I have learned to laugh with only my teeth. And I also have learned how to laugh by using only our teeth, not anything else we have to use. And shake hands without my heart. How we have to shake hands without using our heart, without matching our heart with the other person, how we are shaking our hands, I also have not known how to shake our hearts. I have also learned to say goodbye. He is saying that I have learned to say goodbye also when I mean good riddance. Although I say goodbye to the person who is standing in front of me, but at the same time I am saying, I am thinking that I have got rid of him. That's why I am saying goodbye. Suppose that if any person comes and he takes a lot of time of ourselves, we will think that he may leave me alone. Very soon he may go. And as he will go, we will say goodbye. So that means, although I am saying goodbye, but that meaning is that I have got rid of you, that is why it is good riddance. And to say glad to meet you. When I am saying to glad to meet you, it means I have got rid of you, and I am saying glad to meet you. Without being glad and say it's been nice talking to you. Glad to meet you we are saying, but without being glad. I am not being glad, but I am saying glad to meet you. And to say it's been nice talking to you. And often we say it's nice talking to you. I felt very nice talking to you. But actually we become bored. We are bored by that person to whom we are talking, and we are saying nice to talk to you. But believe me, son, the father is talking to his son that my son, you believe me. I want to be what I used to be. But today also I want to be that person which I was there a long time ago. When I was like you. When I was like you means when I was also a child. At that time, what I want to become that person only, not the person of today. I want to unlearn all the muting things. Means what I have learned these things, the artificial smile, the artificial wish, I want to unlearn. Means I want to forgive these things. I don't want to keep these things with me. And most of all, I want to relearn. And most important thing is that what I want to relearn means again learning. What I want to learn again is how to laugh. Means at that time when I was a child, I knew how to laugh by heart. But today I have forgotten. Today I am laughing in that way as the world is behaving. But I want to learn it again as I was laughing in my childhood. How to laugh. For my laugh in the mirror shows only my teeth like a snake's bare fangs. And why I want to learn it again? Because today when I laugh and when I laugh in front of mirror, I feel that my teeth are like fang of a snake. Fang of a snake means the teeth of a venomous, means there is a lot of poison in a snake's mouth. So the teeth of a venomous snake I feel when I laugh, when I see my teeth in the mirror. So show me, son, how to laugh. Show me how I used to laugh. Means he is saying to his son that, my son, you tell me, because you are the very smaller child and you know you have no any artificial thing. Today you are knowing how to laugh. What is the original smile? So you only teach me how to laugh and how I used to laugh. At that time, how I used to laugh, you also tell me and show and smile. And once upon a time when I was like you. Once upon a time means that time when I was like you. You tell me how I was laughing as today you are laughing. So it is a very nice chapter. It's the underline of the attitude of the society has been very nicely underlined, how the people behave these days. And this also gives us a message that we have to be very warm, welcoming for the guests, because they are like God for us. So we have to be very, by heart we have to be helpful to by our nature we have to be helpful and supportive towards the people, those who are around us. So this is the true service of the society and true service of God also. So thanks for watching and have a wonderful day.